Hello and welcome to the Gooner Talk, back again with you guys for another show, and I'm here today to introduce to you channel memberships. So channel memberships is something that I will go into extreme detail about in just a moment, but before I do, I want to start this video by saying a massive thank you to everyone who watches the channel, subscribes to the channel and joins us every single week and leaves their comments, because without you guys, the channel wouldn't have grown to a stage where YouTube unlocks this content for me to give to you guys. And it's something that I'm really excited about trying and experimenting with. And it's something completely new that I've never been able to do before. Now, a lot of you may not know what channel memberships are, and so in true TGT style, I thought the best way to do this and to explain to you what is going on is in the style of a Q&A. So I'm going to ask some plenty of questions to myself and give you all the answers that you will hopefully need to know about channel memberships. Of course, if anything isn't answered, you can leave a comment in the comment section below and I will get back to you as soon as possible and let you know anything that you need to know in regards to channel membership. So let's get right into things and jump into the first question. So what are channel memberships? Very simply, they're something that's new to me, but not necessarily so new to YouTube. Channel memberships was notified to me when the channel unlocked it, and I was very grateful for that. But effectively, for you guys, it's a way that you can access more exclusive content and stand out from the other people who watch this channel in a way in which makes you more visible to myself during live chats, and I'll go into a little bit about that during the perks section. But it also means that you guys can get additional stuff that you wouldn't have got had you not been a member. If you like watching the channel, if you're an avid viewer and you've really enjoyed me putting in all this effort week in, week out, game by game for you guys, then this is perfect. This is something that is going to really enhance your Gooner Talk experience and get something extra that you're going to be given every single month. It means, yes, there is a small fee, and when I did this, I thought I was only going to be able to put one thing in. I'm going to make it as cheap as feasibly possible, just so I have an incentive to give you guys some extra content. But actually, when I looked into it a little bit more, it is more than that. And whilst I have made this, believe me, as cheap as feasibly possible as the channel will allow it to be, I still think it's a great opportunity for you guys to experience something on the channel that you not necessarily would have got had memberships not been there. So why am I doing channel memberships? I mean, obviously there is a financial thing that goes with this, and that is always going to be a case with this type of thing. And the one thing I owe you when talking about why you should invest is I should give you my honesty, and I want you to know where your investment in this channel is going. Those of you that have been long-time listeners to the channel know that super chats were a thing that became available last year. People were able to donate, and whilst those donations were great, and I cannot understate how humbled I am that people want to put any amount of money into the channel, is that it helped me with the channel to grow it. It helped me to invest in things like a new microphone. It helped me invest in just a little tag microphone like this. It helped me to invest in certain aspects of the channel which I wasn't able to access before. And for me, if I can make this as professional as feasibly possible, that is my ultimate end goal for this, is that if this channel can become something that is professional, there's something that gives you the best possible content that there is available to you, then that's a huge win for me. Now, as you can see from my surroundings, I have recently moved out for the first time. I'm in my very first house. And that takes a financial toll. It really, really does. So when people are putting comments on videos and saying, where is the statistical analysis of these players during the tactical breakdown shows? Why are you just doing interviews? Which I really enjoy doing the interviews. And I actually think that a lot more people that are in the know than I am give you guys some really good insight. But I do know and I appreciate that a lot of people subscribe to this channel knowing that they would be getting a lot of statistical analysis very often when it came to the transfer windows. Now, part of that is due to work. As people know, I'm a teacher, and that takes up a hell of a lot of time. It really, really does. And this channel has always, whilst been a hobby, something that I've always tried to do as much as feasibly possible. Now, some of that money, and you should know, as I've said, where your money is going, will go into helping me access that statistical analysis. Y-Scout was the program that I used, and when I left Y-Scout because I simply couldn't afford it at that time, they changed the way that they want people to pay for it. It was monthly back then, now it's yearly. And to pay for Y-Scout in a one lump sum is €200, which is a hell of a lot of money for a system which is great, and you have to say it's great, and that's only the basic plan. It goes up higher than that. But things like that, and buying new microphones and buying new cameras and stuff, it does cost a lot of money to run a channel and get it to the professional standard that you guys deserve it to be. So that is definitely one of the reasons why the channel is going, and I want to be completely honest with you about that. And any sort of investment in the channel I appreciate wholeheartedly, and I will be putting 100% effort in to deliver the perks, which I'll be talking about in a moment, to pay you back every single penny that you decide to put into this channel 100%. So that's sort of why I'm doing it, in addition to giving you guys some fantastic content as well. But let's get into that with the next couple of questions. So what are the perks, and why should you invest your money, and what are you effectively getting from becoming a TGT member? Well, when you click the join button, or which you can do, and I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video, it gives you an intro video where basically I outline in a 2-minute clip what you'll be getting from the channel. Now, one thing that you will be getting monthly, and there's 3 levels, and I'm going to go through those 3 levels, but one thing you'll be getting no matter what level you join is your own identity, which is really important. I think that sometimes I get so many viewers on the live shows, like the raw reactions of the games, that I actually don't think I can get access to all of you all the time. I can't reply to all the comments. I can't reply to everything that pops up, even though I desperately try to. And I feel that one thing we do with raw reactions is actually really give you guys an emphasis and really give you guys an identity. And I try and answer and show as many of your comments as feasibly possible. But what memberships will allow me to do is it will allow me to pick out the people that I know are really, really important to the channel. Those people that have decided to invest their own money, because it gives you an identity. And not only that, something that else is quite cool is the longer that you're a member, it actually shows your loyalty growing. The logo that you get and will be attached to your name in the live chat actually increases in intensity and in size and in stature and prestige the longer that you are a TGT member, which is really, really cool. It also gives you access, which is more of the funny and light-hearted side, to some emojis. Now, emojis is something that I know that we all use every single day. I can't stand the word emoji. It's a really odd one, but it's something that we live with and we use every single day. And you're going to get personalized emojis, which you'll be able to put in the chat and use. And at the moment, I'm only allowed 4 as this thing kicks off, but the more members that we get, the more emojis that can be created. At the moment, we're starting with the Judge, Drew, Mike, and John, which show 4 very different emotions, it's fair to say, and I think that you'll be able to use those 4 guys to represent some of the ways that you are feeling. I know that eventually we'll get some of the other lads on, and obviously some more personalised and maybe some weird ones as well, the more members that we gradually grow on the channel, but that is something for everyone. Now, that what I described there is what you get if you join what we call level 1. So you can see on your screen there, level 1, 99p, that's all it costs, because as I said at the start, I wanted to make this as cheap as feasibly possible, and that's the lowest thing that I could put it to. So 99p a month, you're going to get to stand out on the live chats, and you'll also on top of that be getting a monthly article from me, basically where I divulge all my thoughts of the latest Arsenal news, what's happened that month, any speculation, transfers, controversies, everything I'll be putting into that article every month, and you will get that as well. Perk 2 for $1.99, again, as cheap as it possibly could be for the next perk. This one is quite special because you'll be going to get in a piece of video content that no one else will get unless you are a TGT Plus member for perk 2. This week, I'm going to be chatting to Lee Judges, be getting his thoughts on everything that's happened so far this season, where he sees us moving forwards. Now, you may not agree with everything that Lee says. I know that I certainly don't at times, but there are some really, really insightful things that come from Lee and some really impassioned debates that we've had on the channel and also that come up in this interview, which I'm really, really excited to show you. So if you want to join as a TGT Plus member for $1.99 a month, you will be getting that content as well. Tier 3, which again, I made it as feasibly cheap as it possibly could be at $2.99. They're the 3 lowest values, and I put those to the 3 perks because, as I said, I don't want to make this a huge strain on your life. I want you to be able to invest as little as feasibly possible on this because it's not a thing. For me, if you want to join as a member, then that is a hell of a humbling thing for you to do. So for $2.99 for perk 3, I think this is personally some really, really good content that you're going to be getting every month. And that is an interview with a journalist, an ex-pro, someone that you will really know and that will be in the know about what is going on. Now in this first month of January 2020, I will be chatting to James Benge from Football London, getting his thoughts from the press room. He's in there every single week, throwing questions at Arteta and in the know about certain transfer speculation. So I'm going to get all his thoughts on that, and you'll be able to hear that if you become a TGT expert member, which is the tier 3 of the perks. So I hope that explains things for you, and then we can begin to talk about how you actually get access to all those things. Now, how do you actually access these perks? Well, if you go onto your desktop, or if you have an Android, I believe, on iOS this doesn't work. So if you have an iPhone, you will have to go onto your laptop or computer or borrow someone else's phone if you have access to it. And then if you go on the channel, you should see a big join button right next to where you have subscribed or are still yet to subscribe to. And if you haven't subscribed, why not? Why don't you go subscribe? But right next to that subscribe button is a button that says join. Now, if you click join, you can choose which perk that you would like to join, how much you would like to pay, how much content you would like to get access to. And it's as simple as that. And then what happens is in your app on your phone, I'll show you because I've got an iPhone, so I'm showing you what it looks like. But on the channel itself, there is a tab which says community. Now in that community tab is where you will gain access to your member only content. Now that content is going to pop up depending on what sort of tier rank you have invested into, whether it be the member, whether it be member plus, or whether it be the expert ranking perk. And in that you will get all the content based on what you've received, and you will get that every single month. I'll be notifying you on the channel, on Twitter at the Gooner Talk TV when that stuff drops. So please make sure you pay attention to that community bar if you are a member, because that is where you will get your content. Now, as far as I'm aware, you will be able to get access to your emojis and your badges as soon as you become a member. So the next time we go live after the next game, it will pop up saying that you are a member, and I'll be able to see that, and I'll be making sure that I acknowledge you guys as much as feasibly possible, and making sure you get priority with questions and with your opinions being shown on the channel. So that's how you get it. Now, the final question: how does it actually affect the channel going forwards, and is anything going to change? And the answer is no. No, not whatsoever. If you are watching this thinking that I don't want to invest, I don't really want to put my money into someone's channel, that is absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine. As I said at the start, I appreciate every single one of you just being here and along for the ride. I think that it's really important that I have a viewership and a viewer base, and I think it's really important that I can, when I have the opportunity to, offer more content for you guys in a way in which you are able to stand out as well. But the raw reactions, the tactical breakdowns, the podcasts, everything that you have seen and expected from the Gooner Talk over the years will be exactly the same. What you get from becoming a member is what I've told you about. You get access to being identified much more easily. You get access to using the emojis in the live chats. You get access to specific content like my articles or interviews with podcast regulars, or an interview with an ex-pro or a journalist if you want to become a tier 3 member. And that's it. That is what you get for it. That's why I've made it as cheap as chips, and that's why I think that it's really important that I change absolutely nothing about the channel, because I don't want to lose plenty of these people that think that it's just along for the perks when it isn't. The channel is not changing whatsoever. You will keep all the content that you have been experiencing while you have been subscribed. So if you've got any other questions or queries about that, please do not hesitate to put them in the comment section below. So the last thing I have to say and want to say is a massive thank you to you guys, to every single one of you that watches the channel, no matter where you are, whether it's Europe or whether it's somewhere much further afield. I am so grateful for every single one of you that tunes in for every single show, whether you just decide to be a member and whether you decide to just continue being a normal subscriber and continuing on enjoying all the content that you'll still get access to, because as I said, nothing will change in regards to the channel. Everything will remain the same. But I still have to say a huge thank you to everyone that's allowed me to get into this position. When I took over the channel from Craig all those years ago, did I ever think that it would become what it is? Did I ever think I would be able to change what it was originally and become what it is now? I genuinely didn't think it was possible, but it's taken a lot of hard work, a lot of time and effort, and obviously the watching ability of you guys to just come back every single week and join us for the chats and put your amazing comments in there has been what has led to this moment. And whilst this is a very still early step in what is a young YouTube channel, and a very small one at that, it's fair to say, it still, to me, surprises me every single day when I read through the comments and look on Twitter. I genuinely can't believe the level that this has grown to. So a massive thank you to everyone that has supported the channel, every one of the regulars and guests and interviewers and interviewees that have been on here, because without every one of them and without you guys, there is no chance that we would be sitting here today offering even more exclusive content to every single one of you. I really hope you become a member. It would really mean a lot to me if you did. And I really hope you enjoy the content if you do. I will see you again very, very soon. And as always, up the Arsenal.